Welcome back to my kitchen where I make as much as possible from scratch. Today I'm making butter. This is my first attempt. So I took 2 cups of heavy whipping cream and I put it into my mixer and I mixed it for about 10 minutes at a decent speed. I made sure to be careful and to keep my eye on it because right before this I made whipped cream for the first time and it's a similar process. The difference is powdered sugar in the whipped cream, but you have to be careful that you don't get the same consistency because we are making butter. So I am going to dump my butter through a strainer into a bowl so that I can get all that delicious buttercream and use it for something else. Here I'm just patting out all of the buttercream. I want to make sure that I get it as dry as I can. I'm going to use my hands and my spatula, and then after the first straining process, I'm going to fill up a bowl with cold water. Look at that buttercream. Fill up a bowl with cold water and put in the butter and use my hands. Here is that buttercream. It is so delicious. It smells very rich. I spilled a little bit and I was a little disappointed because I didn't have that much. But here is the bowl of cold water. I'm going to put my butter in and I'm just going to take my hands and I'm going to just kind of squeeze it lightly, pat it, trying to get the water as clear as possible, allowing the rest of the creamy liquidy to be released from the butter because we want it at a drier consistency. So I did repeat the water butter bath about 3 times. You want to get the water as clear as possible, which is what I was trying to do here. That was the first time, which wasn't really bad. I then strain the butter to make sure that I get all of the water out as much as possible anyway. And it's not a really hard process. I know that there are probably a lot of brands of butter that you can get from your grocery store that are pretty clean ingredients, but there's still a process and there's still additives. And I want to avoid any extra ingredients or gums added into my simplest food, or just like butter. It should be clean, it should be natural, there shouldn't be much going into it. So I did repeat that process a few times and the butter started to already form. I could feel the consistency, the texture changing, and I knew that it was going to be a nice formed butter to use for our delicious sourdough bread and our bagels. My son was really excited. I actually gave him the buttercream that we had made from this butter and he made a delicious latte. My older son, not my 5-year-old, my 14-year-old, made a delicious latte and used that buttercream, and he said it was so rich in tasting, creamy. He said it actually had a sweet taste, which was surprising because there was no sugar in this. But he said it was so delicious that he wants me to make butter just so that he can enjoy that buttercream. So here is the process of making sure to dry it out. I use the spatula, making sure to get all the water out. You don't want any water in it. And then I put it into a clean, dry bowl, and I'm going to set in my refrigerator for 2 hours. And I will tell you, I made brownies with this butter, and they were the best brownies ever. Try it out and let me know what you think.